Kind of post right here is the cousin of the men should have to fight their way out of jail kind of tweet. They sound good. You can see this one has quite a few retweets. They feel good to women. They giggle at it. They laugh at it. You know, they all think they're being really witty and clever. But as a man, as someone who talks to other males, with my friends, let me give you guys the male perspective on this. If you think about what you're really saying here, it's actually very dehumanizing. If I take this tweet specifically, why would someone just say you don't view people as humans? And again, I know she doesn't mean quite literally, but in any context in which you read the tweet, it's a bizarre thing to say. Like, you can just leave it as, I'm not attracted to my friends, romantic partners. That's okay. But of course, online there's a whole genre of performative tweets in which everyone is trying their best to try and show who has the most disdain for men, the most who can show the most disdain for men. So if a girl says something like, this whole conversation is about being attracted to your friends' partners. If someone says something like, oh, I'm attracted to my friends' partners, I think they're attractive and that's fine. Then you might have someone come in and be like, oh, as a pick me, how can you say that? I don't even look at men or whatever. They might have someone that say men disgust me. You might then have someone that comes in with this one and says, I don't even see them as human. Everyone is trying to one up each other in who can display the most men hatred, which is why you get into like that other tweet which I mentioned about like something like men should have to fight their way out of jail, which again sounds very revolutionary until you reflect on the fact that men are born as babies and children in the same way women are. And so as both those two, as a boy child and a girl child are growing up, when does one become the kind of, cruel oppressor, patriarch, and one become the kind of innocent, female victim? That's all a societal thing. And if you're going to say that the child has to fight his way out of jail, you're suggesting that as soon as he's born, just because he's a man, is this irredeemable evil. And that's how you view him. Again, as a human being, when you keep on seeing opinions like that about yourself, you're going to feel a bit some type of way about it. This is where people that start preaching how valuable and strong men are or can be start becoming very attractive. Entering, stage, your claviculars and your Andrew Tates and your, whatever. People that preach like, actually, you don't have to consume all this content that says men are the most horrible things since Hitler, or men are the worst people who just go around trying to hump women and attack them for sport. Actually, men can be strong and men can be attractive and men can have some power.